Hey, I'm Jeff Holmes, Executive Director of the Amphibian and Reptile Conservancy. I'm here at the beautiful Francis Marion National Forest, one of the largest and most herpetologically important examples of the longleaf ecosystem on the Atlantic seaboard. Today I'm here with Mike Martin, our field project manager, as we continue our search for needles in a haystack, some of the rarest, most at-risk amphibians and reptiles in the region. What we'll learn out here will fit into the forest management plan and sustain these precious natural treasures for the long haul.
Caught this eastern diamondback rattlesnake back in April. She's about 4 foot adult, 4.5 feet, and we've been tracking her since then. She hasn't been moving too much. She had just shed recently, and she's been moving a little bit. She's moved about 100 yards or so, and the last time we've tracked her, she's about 100 yards from our current location. She's got a battery life in her transmitter of about 2 years. Alright, we're trying to get a fix on this snake, figure out where she might be back here, so I'm listening for a nice strong beep in whatever direction she might be in. It looks like we got her somewhere off in this direction, so let's head after her. There she is, tucked in the shade of this log. So it's a pretty hot day out here, about 90 degrees and really sunny. She sought out some shelter from all that sunlight, keep it a little bit cooler because she can't overheat.
We've recently entered into a significant partnership with the Francis Marion National Forest, the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, and the Amphibian and Reptile Conservancy. Well, one day we were driving through the Francis Marion looking at RCW clusters, and we saw a truck full of guys that were all looking for snakes, they told us. So we joined in on them, and the partnership began by doing this research for the declining eastern diamondback rattlesnake on the Francis. The purpose of the partnership is to help us identify distribution, densities, habitat requirements for rare amphibians and reptiles on the forest floor.
I started as a kid looking for critters in the yard, and I still vividly remember catching my first green frog here. As far as South Carolina goes, you've got just about all of your coastal to sandhill species within one property. You've got swamps, you've got high dry sand ridges, and everything in between. Two different aspects that threaten herps out here. First of all, roads. We are just outside of Charleston, so we get a lot of traffic from urban centers coming through, dispersing, doing what people do, whether they're vacationing on the forest or they're just traveling elsewhere. On top of that, there are people who come and look for wildlife in the forest for both good reasons and bad reasons.
This Francis Marion Forest is such a gem of South Carolina. I don't think we have proper inventories of everything because that was not always the purpose. It's a thrill that so many species have been found. These animals are typically overlooked. They're not exactly charismatic megafauna, and they're often persecuted. So having these here, we can establish what we know as a population here, that maybe we can, as you said, do some more management adjustments that might benefit these species, and maybe that can be used and compared on down the line to other forests, other longleaf pine conservation areas, state lands, private lands.
Hey, this is Jeff Holmes again. I hope you enjoyed our update, and we'll keep you posted as we progress through the project. We're going to be out here for at least a year and maybe longer, and we appreciate your support.